The car's now showing 0 kilometers of range left. Is there enough range to go 15 kilometers to the closest charger? I'm not sure, guys. This is going to be exciting if we get there or not. Hey guys, Chris here. Today we're doing the long trip test in what seems to be the cheapest electric car currently on sale anywhere in the world. Here in Norway, this Nissan Leaf with the 39 kilowatt hour battery pack starts from less than 200,000 kroners. That is less than $20,000 or less than 18,000 euros, which is just an insane price. And in my previous video, I talked about this, and a lot of people were commenting like in Sweden or in Denmark or in the Netherlands, this car was like 50 to almost 100% more expensive, which is just completely insane. So one of the reasons for that may be that in Norway, we don't have any VAT, any duties, any taxes on electric cars less than 50,000 euros. But still, that doesn't explain why it is so much more expensive in other countries, because our VAT is 25%, which is high, but that doesn't, explain why this car is like 50 to almost 100% more expensive in other countries. You could actually buy this car in Norway, export it to Sweden, pay your local VAT to import it into the EU, and it would still be substantially cheaper. So look into that if you're looking to buy a Nissan Leaf. But today's video isn't about that. We're probably going to talk more about that in my review later in the week. Today is all about how well or bad this car is going to perform on a long trip. And as much as I like it, actually love this car, especially for this price point, one of the biggest weaknesses is that small battery pack, slow charging, and a measly 285 kilometers of WLTP rated range. Today's route, 610 kilometers, and that means we're gonna have to stop and charge twice, maybe even 3 times to complete this test. But we're gonna put it through its paces like we do with every other car, and then at the end of the video we're gonna see how well it performs and how it ranks in the chart. So without further ado, we're almost at 100% charge here now, and then we're gonna get on the way, and I'll see you guys on the road. We are now Oscar Mike, and we've been on the road for about 55 minutes, covered almost 100 kilometers now, and we're currently down to 49% stated charge with an average consumption of 18.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So at this rate, this speed, with this consumption, in these conditions, we're not going to be able to go even 200 kilometers on a charge, and that means we're going to have to stop and charge like 3 times for this trip. But it is going to improve, because in about, 30 kilometers-ish, it's the end of 4-lane motorways with 110 kilometers an hour speed limits, and we have slower, 2-lane highways, sections of it at least. Most of this route is still, motorway, 110 kilometers an hour speed limits. We're going 10 above the speed limit on the speedometer. So on the speedometer, we're going 120 kilometers an hour. So I think that, consumption is going to drop a little bit. Also, the wind map says we have a very, 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 very weak 0 to 1 meter per second tailwind on our way down, which will be a crosswind once we pass Ludvik and start moving southwest. But I can't show you anything, or I can't show you guys the actual distance to our destination, because I was using Apple CarPlay and it's only cabled, tethered, and I'm still using my phone to make these videos because my camera is still at service. So I'm not able to show you the distance. And also, the car doesn't have a actual trip computer which tells you how far we've driven, only an average consumption. I've gone through the menus and I can't seem to find one, so that is very, very interesting. So yeah, but just trust me on it, guys. Oh, you can see there, 212 kilometers to Kristiansand, so we've only done 305 minus 212. I'm going to put that on the screen now. So almost 100, but we're still not there. So yeah, so far, not looking to be a quick trip this. if we're gonna have to stop and charge 3 times, maybe once we get to the 2-lane section of this route, we can have so low consumption that we're maybe able to go past 200 kilometers. But I mean, it depends on how far past 200 kilometers we're able to go, because a little more than 200 kilometers isn't going to help us. I don't think we're going to want to charge to more than 80%. So 3 charging stops, maybe charging to like 70% is our best strategy. But okay, guys, that's a little bit of an update for you. We're going to keep on going now. Not sure where we're going to charge, but we're going to charge probably in less than 100 kilometers. Okay, we are here. This is where we're going to stop to do our first charging stop. We're going to go to the recharge chargers at the YX station on the other side of the highway here. And interestingly enough, we're still at 3%, or we're above 0%, but the range is 0. Just like, I don't know, 2 minutes ago, it showed 15 kilometers. So that's kind of interesting that some of these cars, you know, they just go to 0 from, basically 10, 15 kilometers and go down to 0, even though you clearly have 3% state of charge left. So average consumption, 16.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We're going to go to the CHAdeMO chargers up here. So several should be, or all of them should be vacant, which is pretty nice. I mean, driving a CHAdeMO car, first time I've ever testing one, and may just be the first time like driving one for more than like 20 meters. Interesting, because we can stop basically anywhere. We're not sensitive about speed or anything, so we have a lot of alternatives. I wanted to try to go a little bit further to Shell in Tvedestrand, because now when we're going to stop now, we were able to go 193 kilometers before we have to stop and charge. If we could have gone to the next charging station, that would have put us above 200 kilometers. So if there was one somewhere in between this and the next one, which is about, I think it's about 20 or 25 kilometers away, we would have been able to go more than 200 kilometers. But because there isn't, we're not able. Okay, so as you can see, we're now connected to the charger, charging. Shortly, we're going to jump into the car. I'm going to show you the actual charging speed we're getting. These are 50 kilowatt chargers. This car has a peak charging speed of something like 46 kilowatts, so this is plenty speed enough. They have 3 of these 50 kilowatt chargers here. Each of them have 1 CCS connector and 1 CHAdeMO connector, but you can only charge 1 car at a time. This is an older Recharge charging station, and Recharge is also the sponsor of today's video, so huge thanks to them. Check out the map down below to check all the newest charging stations, because this is an older one. They've been upgrading and updating a lot of these chargers lately, and I'm guessing that they're going to update this in the not very distant future. I can't wait, because as I said, it's quite a bit far away to the next charging station. There's kind of like a black hole between Tvedestrand here and Rugtvedt. So, you know, updating and upgrading these chargers is going to be a very nice thing. So let's hop in. And again, a huge thanks to Recharge for sponsoring today's video. As I said, jump into the description box down below to check out where the newest chargers are and if you have one close to where you live. So let's take a look. Yeah, we're currently charging at 39 kilowatts. So it's going to take 41 minutes to go to 80%, and we've already been connected for 8 minutes. So I'm probably going to do some calculations off camera to see. I think it's going to be quicker to do. Well, I think we're either way going to have to do 3 charging sessions. So we're probably not going to go to 80%. Maybe go to 70. That should save us a little bit of time, but we're doing 39 kilowatts now. If we can do 39 kilowatts, you know, up to like 70 or 80%, there's no point in disconnecting earlier, because we're not going to get any more speed. So yeah. We are now here in Kristiansand, is where also our turnaround point is. So we're exiting the first tunnel now instead of the second tunnel, and then we're gonna do a right here. And then we're gonna go down the street instead of going next exit and then going down to the train station and looping around. This is a much better loop. So we're here with 16% stated charge. We charged to 73% our last charging stop, and consumption is now down to 16.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it's dropped a little bit, and that is because we have patches of 4-lane motorway and 2-lane highways on our way down from where we charged down here. We're gonna have the same on the way back, so consumption is gonna be hopefully a little bit lower still than we have now. And we have 43 kilometers of range left according to the car. And I want to try to go to the recharge charging station in Grimstad, but I'm not sure we actually have enough range to go there. Maybe I'm going to try, YOLO it, try to get there. And if we have to abort, we can abort in Lillesand because there are also recharge chargers there, 50 kilowatts. Again, we don't need any speed with this car. We don't need any fast chargers because it's not going to take more than, well, around 40 kilowatts. Yeah. So we're going to try to do that. And you cannot, this is a one-way street. So that guy was trying to go in down here. This is a one-way street. Oh no, he's trying to go. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. But okay, so we're going to try to do that. And what was I saying? If we're going to abort, we're going to have to abort. So let's see if we get there. For the past like 10-15 minutes, the air conditioning has been acting up, like blowing cold air and then not blowing cold air. And then now I've set it to its lowest setting and it's still not blowing very cold air, and it's only 20 degrees Celsius outside. Really, really strange. But this car actually has a battery temperature indicator, so I'm like, is it because the battery is so warm and now all the AC cold air is going to cool the battery? Well, it seems that is the case. Take a look at this, guys. That's the battery temperature indicator, and it's all up in the red. So never experienced that before. We're actually rapid gating, just driving normally. 20 degrees Celsius outside. That is so strange and so weird. So I think we're gonna not try to go to Lillesand. I think we're gonna try, I mean, we're not gonna try to go to Grimstad. I think we're gonna try to go to Lillesand, the chargers there, because I mean, it's about 20-25 kilometers shorter. Yes, we're not gonna get, you know, that top charging speed because we have to go in deep into the battery percentage. This charging curve starts to dip off at around like close to 70%, like 65%, but still it goes from 40 to like 30 kilowatts. So it's slow either way. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna monitor this. If it gets any worse, I'm actually gonna have to stop and cool down the car and cool down the battery. Very strange. I was not expecting this at all. I can see the exit now, exit 81, but we still have about 1.5 kilometers from this exit to the actual chargers according to the map. And we're now down to 0 kilometers of range, 0% stated charge. We've been driving almost 10 kilometers below zero, which is just insane. So over there by the McDonald's, I can see them over there. That's not 1.5 kilometers. Don't know what the map is showing us. Why isn't this lady driving you on the roundabout? Oh, come on. We need all the momentum we can get. This is so nerve-wracking. But guys, seems like we're going to be able to make it. We are going to be able to make it just about, which is just insane. Now here at the charger, but we're not charging. So we arrived here, I connected, tried to start charging, but the car didn't want to take any charge. Disconnected, tried again, didn't want to take any charge, tried again, didn't want to take any charge. Locked the car, stepped away from the car, tried again, didn't want to take any charge. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's the charger. I'm going to try the other charger here. Jumped into the car, started the car, and then I see this error message. Not this one, but this one. Service EV system. Service EV system, unable to restart after powering off. Also battery low. And I'm like, okay, that's the same error message I saw right before we arrived in Kristiansand, and the AC started acting up, right? Cold air, warm air, and then after a while I'm like, this is strange. Let me check the battery temperature, and I'm like, oh, it's in the red. But at no time did I get an error message, battery temperature too high. At no time did I get any error message, stop the car because there's a serious fault. Usually I get a lot of error messages, right? And especially when you're down low in state of charge, you're gonna get so many, but usually you turn off the car, you turn it on again, and the messages just disappear. This time it didn't. So I'm like, okay, doesn't want to start. I'm gonna try the other charger here, right? But I'm too far away, so I try pushing the car, but every time I try pushing the car, putting it into neutral, hopping out of the driver's seat, it just goes into park. Luckily, a good Samaritan queuing here in the McDonald's drive-thru, he's like, you need any help? I'm like, please. So we're able to push the car here, connect again, and yeah, doesn't wanna charge. So you may be thinking, oh, it's the battery's just too low, the car doesn't want to start again. But the ignition is on, AC is running, no issues at all. The car wouldn't run the AC if the battery was completely depleted. So I'm guessing it's the high battery temperature. Probably should have stopped the car right away, to be honest, but I wasn't given a warning to stop the car right away. I wasn't given a message that the battery temperature was too high. But I'm pretty sure that this test is done. I called my guy at Nissan. He gave me a number to Nissan Road Services. I called them and they're like, we can transport you on a transport to the closest Nissan dealer. So I'm waiting. Call them. I've been here for about 45 minutes and they say they're going to be here in about an hour. So I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be able to do anything. It's already 3:45. Probably no mechanics left at the Nissan dealer, but I'm going to be hopefully given a rental car so I can go back to Oslo. But this test with this car is done. Is the battery done? Is this car broken? Not sure. Guessing this battery pack is not good because after sitting here for almost 40 or 45 minutes, check this out, guys. So we're just going to press away these error messages. Battery temperature is still in the red. Still in the red. Maybe it's going to go down the next hour. We'll see. Hopefully, if it does, I'm going to try to connect again and charge. But I think this test is done. I think next time I'm going to see you guys, I'm in Oslo in a rental car, probably at home. Hopefully it's not too late at that time. Here we are. This is my rental car and this is a very nice upgrade. Can't wait to drive this car for a few days. This is a Skoda Superb Hybrid, Laurent and Clement, the top trim level with upgraded stereo, leather seats. It's a really, really nice car and a much nicer car than the Nissan Leaf I was driving. And I have to say that the Nissan roadside assistance or Nissan assistance, which is something you get for 5 years when you purchase a new Nissan here in Norway, flawless. I don't know if it's 5 years in other countries. Check that with your Nissan dealer. But it was so flawless, so simple, no issues at all. Called the number, they answered right away, came within an hour. And then the guy, the truck driver, the tow car driver, really nice guy called Roy, shout out to him, knew all of his stuff. He just explained me everything. It's like, we're gonna go 20 minutes, we're gonna drop off the car, and if the Nissan dealer is closed, I'm gonna drive you to the rental car company, which was right 5 minutes away. And then I talked to a lady, gave her my information, and then sent me a contract, signed a contract, and then he just gave me the keys, and then he took off. Everything, I mean, in total, 2 hours, less than 2 hours from when I broke down till I'm here with a rental car. That is nothing short of amazing. I mean, I've experienced problems with cars before, and this was a very seamless experience. So this could happen with any car. I mean, it could be a Skoda, it could be a Nissan, it could be a Porsche. Is it the fault of the car? Yes, it's the fault of the car, but problems and faults happen with all cars. all cars, no brand is exempt. The important thing is how you fix it. And I have to say today's video took a very different turn. It started with kind of an interesting, well, premise to take a Nissan Leaf 39 kilowatt hour battery pack on a long trip, and it ended with testing Nissan's roadside service or assistance service. And I have to say, applaud to Nissan. Really good stuff. So the car's gone. It's down there at Nissan. I'm not going to be doing any more testing with that car. Unfortunately, I'm going to book a new one, but I have other cool cars coming in the next few weeks. I have the Q8 e-tron 50 and also the Mercedes EQA SUV and also Kia EV6 GT. So a lot of new cars, a lot of cool cars. So if you don't want to miss out on those videos, subscribe to the channel down below. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.